Hello, sixth graders. Today we're going to take a look at the 4-point rubric so that way you are ready to begin writing your body paragraphs. I know that when I had you assess yourselves last times, you were really struggling with some of the vocabulary and language in this rubric, so we're going to take some time to talk about it. In the first part of the criteria, it's content and analysis. Remember, content is what you're actually including, the stuff you chose to put into your writing. And the analysis is how you did with analyzing things as you put them into your paragraph. So the extent, that means how much, to which or how far, to which the essay conveys, that means shows, complex ideas and information clearly. So can you take a complex idea and present it in a simple and easy to understand way? It also needs to be accurate. Accurate means that it's got to be true. You can't be making up stuff. Even if it's easy to understand, if it's not true, you don't get the points. In order to support claims that you make in an analysis of topics or texts. Okay? So as you have analyzed a topic or a text and you've looked at it closely and pulled stuff out, was it accurate? Was it easy to understand? Did you choose to include the right information? We're going to look at the 4-point, okay? So in order to get all 4 points for this topic, you have to clearly, again, that means easily, simply introduce a topic. On your Bud Not Buddy essays, your argument essays, a lot of you just didn't write an introduction at all. Okay, you have to write an introduction. You have to introduce something clearly so the reader knows what to expect. That's a big, big thing. Now here it says in a manner that is compelling. Compelling means that it's interesting, that you want to keep reading, that it makes sense, that it's just really well done and interesting. So the choice of language is going to be really important there. And follows logically from the task and purpose. Okay, the purpose or the task is the point. Why are you writing this paper? Why are you writing it? If you don't know why you're writing it, if you don't know what the point was, then you're probably not going to introduce it in a way that shows that you knew what it was about. Logically just means it makes sense. So did you introduce, each one of your body paragraphs, okay? You're going to introduce them in a way that's logical, that flows from your outline of connecting back to your main idea. A topic sentence for each of your body paragraphs introducing which subtopic you're going to talk about. And your actual whole paper will need an introduction too. All right, and then demonstrate insightful analysis of the text. That's going to happen in your body paragraphs. This happens in your introduction and a little bit in the body paragraphs. This definitely happens in your body. This is where insightful means that it's not just like completely obvious facts that you're stating. It shows that you put some thought into it, okay? All right, now really bad examples in this would be they demonstrate a lack of comprehension. That means you don't understand. Comprehend, like you don't comprehend, that means you do not understand it. So sometimes if you answer a question or you start talking about stuff that's not even what it was asking about, that would mean a lack of comprehension. All right, or if it doesn't logically flow, if it just doesn't flow well together and it's confusing, that's where you don't get your full points. All right, command of evidence. Here is the next one. So command of evidence is talking about evidence. Your command is your control over it, your authority over it. Do you understand it? Do you grasp it? Are you able to show that you are in control of it? Okay. The extent to which the essay presents evidence from the provided text to support analysis and reflection. So do you show evidence that comes from the text or whatever you're using that is actually of support? And again, in the Bud Not Buddy essays, some of you included evidence that really had nothing to do with the point that you were trying to make. You just kind of put it in there. You want to choose evidence and from the text that is going to support it. So in this case, you want evidence that's directly related to this subtopic that does a good point of proving your point, okay? Here's how you get all 4 points. Develop the topic. So develop means to add meat to it, to explain it. With relevant, what does relevant mean again? Okay, relevant means that it is related to what you're talking about. Okay, does it pertain to it? Is it important? Does it connect? Okay, well-chosen facts, definitions, concrete details. Concrete details means like just like an exact detail, just a fact right there. Quotations, so you can, a few of you asked if you could put direct quotes in, sure, just put them in quotation marks. Or other information and examples from the text. Sustain the use of varied relevant evidence. You want to kind of vary where it comes from. It shouldn't all be from the same source. And you, as long as you've got good stuff in there that's supporting your topic, you're going to get all the points for that. All right, the third thing. So coherence, organization, and style. If you did an outline and you did it right, then you are set up to be successful on this part of the rubric. Okay, so the extent to which the essay logically, again, logically means just makes sense, organizes complex ideas, concepts, and information using formal style and precise language. Precise means really specific, okay? Instead of saying, that, you know, he does good in school, I'm going to say he's academically focused. That is precise language. All right. Instead of saying he's really, I don't know, he's short, you could say he's vertically challenged. Okay. It's precise, specific, better language, choosing the best language that you can to say what you want to say. So here we go. Exhibit clear organization. This is where your outline comes in. Introduction. In your introduction, you say the 3 topics. In each body paragraph, you talk about one of those. With the skillful use of appropriate and varied transitions. The transitions are, first of all, secondly, as you can see, furthermore, on the other hand, all of those phrases, in conclusion, okay, are transitions. Learning how to use those helps the organization of your paper. To create a unified whole and enhance meaning. To establish and maintain a formal style using grade appropriate. Formal style means that it should sound like an essay. It shouldn't sound like you're talking to your best friend down the street, okay? You don't use words like. You make sure that you're not saying me and so-and-so. You say, you know, Bud and I instead of me and Bud, that type of thing. Stylistically sophisticated language, kind of saying the same thing. It just means that your style of your language sounds formal and good. And domain-specific vocabulary, that just means if there's vocabulary that you've learned in this domain, in this subject, you would include it. With a notable sense of voice. Your voice is you sound like an author. Each author has a voice. We've talked about that a lot in your writing. So this is bringing it in, even in ELA, even like in formal writing, you have a voice. And provide a concluding statement or section that is compelling. Okay? So, the same thing as an introduction, you need a strong conclusion. The last one is the control of conventions. And this basically just means, did you proofread your work? And I'll tell you right now, 6th grade, you should know capitalization. You should know punctuation. If you are not proofreading for those things, if the letter I is not capitalized, if there is no periods and, you know, for multiple lines, then you are not doing sixth grade convention. So make sure that you go back and proofread your work. Go ahead and get to work.